What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another live stream today. We will be looking ahead to the Chelsea against Arsenal game at Stamford Bridge tomorrow. We'll be looking at Mikel Arteta's press conference. I mean, I'd rather not, but then we're going to have to, I suppose. You'll understand when I start talking about his comments. Also, some transfer news. Arsenal being linked with Bissouma and Max Aaron. And lots of other things to talk about. Big up everyone for tuning in. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I know it's been a difficult week or so for Arsenal. In fact, difficult week. It's probably been a difficult year for Arsenal. But hey, I've got to a point now where Thursdays still annoy me, of course, but I'm just trying my best to look forward, but it feels difficult. It does, I gotta admit. Seb says, big up Curtis and everyone in the chat. Thank you very much. CFC TV, Chelsea fan here, looking forward to this game. I mean, listen, I can't blame you. I can't blame you. You're in a fantastic position. Probably, along with Man City, you'd say the best team in the Premier League in current form. Arteta is an arrogant clown, delusional during the press conference. I mean, we're going to talk about that shortly. Some of the things he said today were absolutely crazy. Welcome, Chelsea fans. Be gentle with us. Like I said, I think they feel sorry for us now, to be honest. 200 million, don't believe these stories. We have to pay 120 million loan from the government, 100%. And I agree with that. Arteta's interview was more cringy than Elon Musk's SNL sketch. I saw that, actually. Yeah. But hey, listen, big up everyone in the chat. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into the latest, people. So, Mikel Arteta did his press conference this morning. I spoke yesterday about accountability and, you know, is this guy ever going to kind of accept responsibility for what's been going wrong this season? Is he going to say it's his fault? And again, he decides not to. You won't be surprised. And some of the quotes for me are just staggering. I find myself every day coming onto these streams and I'm saying to myself, because sometimes I watch some of the stream back after and I think to myself, man, you're moaning about Arteta a lot, man. Try the next day to not even talk about Arteta that much. And then he'll say something and I'll be like, I can't help it. I've got to talk about him again and I'm going to have to moan about him again. I said it before, he's the footballing equivalent of Boris Johnson. He'll promise you the world and then he'll knock down your housing estate where you're from, you know. This guy promised us, what did he say to Willian? I need you to sign here for 3 years because we'll win the Champions League within 3 years. I mean, we'll be lucky if we're even in the Champions League in 3 years. The guy is absolutely delusional. Let's look at some of his quotes. I mean, I'm sorry to even put you through this for those of you who haven't seen it yet. Mikel Arteta was asked about Chelsea tomorrow. He was asked about improvements and the plans for the summer. So we're thinking, all right, a bit optimistic. Let's see what he's got to say. He said, obviously, the win against West Brom helps confidence. We knew that. What changes are needed? We already have had an incredible amount of changes at the club over the past year or so. We are looking to improve and be much closer than we are at the moment. In order to do that, certain things have to improve. Yeah, that's obvious. He said, we need to evolve. This one here nearly stopped me from doing a video today. Because I just can't take this guy seriously. I really can't. And you've seen it already. On whether the team has progressed this season. Now, you've got an opportunity here to just speak some truth. And I'm sorry, but as a fan, I respect a manager more that just says it how it is. It's probably part of the reason I liked Mourinho, to be honest. Sometimes he goes too far with it. But just tell us what it is, man. Don't dress it up to be something it's not. Has this team progressed this season? Mikel Arteta says, we have made progress in many areas. I would say performance included. I mean, has he watched us play this season? Performances. And that is supported by many factors that we have looked at. Results-wise, to be where we want to be, it has to be improved. Oh, dear me. Mikel, I said yesterday on the stream, you know, in football, in life, there's certain people who've just got that face you want to slap. And he's got into that category for me now. He wasn't when he first joined. I respected him. I thought, you know what, he's going to do bits. Even though I wasn't convinced by him, he won the FA Cup. I thought, you know, I'll show you that respect. Now I just want to just get that hand and just BAM! Straight round his face. Talk properly, bruv. Stop with the delusion. That is supported by... Man said I would say performances included. We have been dreadful this season. We've been dreadful. He's lucky there's no fans in the stadium. They would have booed him, hounded him out of the football club. He's been shocking. Man's talking about performances and talking about stats. I mean, I saw a stat that I think we've conceded 7-8 goals less than last season. I mean, this guy, man. Yeah, Donald Trump settings, man. Delusion Lego here. The man's all over the place. Oh, dear. It's absolutely crazy, man. I can't stand listening to him in a press conference. He goes on to say, Chelsea have probably been the best team in the league in the last few months. What Thomas has done has been exceptional. He's put the team in 2 finals. The way the team look, how solid defensively, how composed. I mean, it's what happens when you get a proper manager, innit, you know? Listen, I'm not going to compare us to Chelsea because Chelsea have got a much better squad than us. So as a manager, it's a much easier squad to walk into than Arsenal's. I get that. But it doesn't take away from the fact that they were, 3 or 4 points clear of us when Thomas Tuchel took over. They're now in an FA Cup final, Champions League final, and 3rd in the Premier League. Yes, big up Mo. What's happening, man? This guy, Arteta's sending me over the edge, bruv. Seb said Arteta wants the fans back so he can get booed. Do you know what? We're going to get to that still. I couldn't believe what he should have been saying. Listen, man, I don't want no fans in this stadium. On the latest team news, he said, we have to see today. He said the one player that is definitely ruled out is David Luiz. He has not recovered. We will see how he does in the next few weeks. I mean, the season finishes next Sunday. So the next few weeks, I mean, that's a bit too late. In my opinion, David Luiz has played his last game for Arsenal. I personally don't think he will play another game for Arsenal. If he gets a new contract, I'll be very surprised. He has actually had a half-decent season, but no, not for me. David Luiz, I would shake his hand, say thanks very much. We paid 8 million quid for you. You've been an 8 million quid centre-back, but I would let him go now. He's nearly 34. I really hope we don't give him another contract. Curtis, I thought Arteta's job is untenable. Why is he at Arsenal? I mean, we think his job's untenable, you know? But unfortunately, we have a board that seem to think he's the man. Big up Anthony in the chat. Danny Slater said, I haven't given up on Partey yet. He's a baller. Listen, I'm with you on that, man. Thomas Partey, for me, put a quality midfielder next to him. You'll see a proper player. Yeah, he deserves a noodle slap round his face, man. On what he wants from the team in the final 3 games, take pride in the shirt, blah, blah, blah. On what would be top of the list, he said, we'll see what happens in the summer. I mean, still doesn't give you a proper answer. He's talking about pre-season, on if he expects a lot of players to leave this summer. Said there are so many things to do. We have a lot of players on loan and a lot of players with contracts that we need to sort out. On whether he's upset with the criticism from former players, he said, I think everybody is entitled to give their opinion. When they have the chance to do that, they say what they feel. On there being vocal criticism of him from the fans and what his response is for those who are doubting him after this season. So here I'm at a point now. I'm like, Mikel, take some responsibility for it now. I will have more respect for you if you just take a bit of responsibility. I don't want to hear about the circumstances and how much you had to deal with. David Moyes had a lot to deal with at West Ham. Brendan Rodgers had a lot to deal with. Dean Smith had a lot to deal with. Every manager's had a lot to deal with. This is Arsenal. You've got some good players there. We should not be mid-table. So he says to the fans, this is him talking to us, right? They are entitled to their opinions. The only way I can prove that is by having a team that performs on the pitch and makes them proud. Okay, fair enough. That's the only thing that I can do. The only thing I can be judged on is, do I create the necessary environment for a top elite team to compete at a higher level and get everybody in condition to do their best? I mean, well, have you done that? Have you created that environment? Because it doesn't look like it to me. And after that, do I get the best out of the players? The maximum, whatever the level is, do I get the best out of that? This is how I judge myself. And at the end, in the outside world, how I am going to be judged is with the results, nothing else. What we've done before in the past, in the process, it's irrelevant. It's only what you get from that result when you are on the pitch. Waffle, and more waffle. You're stating the obvious. We know all of that. You're talking like a robot. He can't stop. He can't. He's absolutely... This guy, the amount of media training this guy must have had, because he's a boss at it. This is the only thing the guy's good at, is waffling in a press conference. Just talk to us like a human being, bro. You sound like a robot. You're judged on whether you can get the maximum out of the players. Well, answer your own question, bro. Are you getting the maximum out of these players? That's what I want to know. Do you think you are? I'm literally sick of listening to this guy, honestly, man. Big up John Leia in the comments. Thank you very much for the super chat. I can't trust this guy. If he was a childminder, he'd somehow lose the kids. So losing to Wolves and Burnley at home is progress. Absolute wet wipe. Honestly, for me, I can't get my head around wanting this guy out of the club. I badly want this guy out. Big up John with a super chat. Buenos Aires Guna, man's a politician. Ashton, that's what I said, man. The man's book smart. He's got bare A levels, but don't know how to survive in the real world, man. This manager chat's pure-ish. He even used the word process. Exactly. He knew what he was doing. Bruv, I am, because every day I say to myself, stop moaning about Arteta so much. He's here, just get on with it. Then I hear him talk and I'm like, that's it. I'm spending the first 20 minutes moaning about this clown. I want him out. I want this guy out of the club. I can't, even reading it is painful. Oh, dear. He said on his message to the fans when they return to the stadium that we can't wait to have them back in the stadium. With the whole stadium or whatever capacity they're allowed to have in the stadium for the last game, it's something we've missed in this process. Notice he says the word process again. Bread is bread, cheese is cheese. You know, a process is a process. To have them together, to feel what the team wants to do and create that chemistry and get closer to what we're trying to do. I mean, seriously, I should just end the stream. The guy is unbelievable. He's unbelievable. Mikel, let me tell you something, bro. I'm telling you this. I'm giving you some advice right now. You do not want fans inside the Emirates. You don't. You would not be the manager of Arsenal Football Club if there were 60,000 in that stadium all season. What do you want fans back in there for? So they can hold a banner up behind you saying, get Arteta out. At this point, I want Arteta out as much as I want Stan Kroenke out. I'm putting them both at the same level. I'm being that serious, people. They're both as bad as each other for me. You're just a byproduct of him. You know, you might as well be Stan Kroenke's son as far as I'm concerned. I'd throw my season ticket at him. Yeah, man, right on that Lego top, man. I'm telling you. The man is... I feel like he's almost mugging us off. You know, the way the guy's talking. Literally delusion at its finest. And then he goes on to say, on whether players will have to leave before we can sign players, I don't think it's completely like that, but it will restrict and alter some plans in relation to what happens with one or two. So in a roundabout way, we're not buying unless we sell. Certainly not big players. You know, we may get one or two done without spending, but we're going to have to sell. You're going to see 5, 6, 7 players leave. And do you know what? I need to get that page off. I just need to be as far away from anything that guy says. The delusion is unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Oh, man. Just get him out of here. Get him out. Please get rid of him. I mean, listen, there will be signings, but who are they going to be? How expensive? Remember, this guy said that he has the complete backing of the owners. Now he's saying, we are going to have to sell a few to buy a few. So it's one thing at one time. He's an absolute puppet. He's an absolute puppet. Don't end the stream. Let the roasting continue. I just can't stand this guy. I cannot stand him. I'm so angry that this guy is still the Arsenal manager. I don't understand how he can be our manager. I genuinely think he's one of the worst managers in the Premier League. Honestly, the delusion of this guy. He's something else, How can you come up under Arsene Wenger and then coach with Pep for 4 years and play football as bad as this? Honestly, man, it's painful. It's absolutely painful. Even people that like this guy, even people that I used to argue with that said, listen, man, I'm an Arteta fan, they're now saying, yo, you know what? I want us to get rid of him. The guy is delusional. We're shocking. He said we've improved. He said our performances have improved. We've been dreadful. We've played well about 5 times this season. Who's going to buy this waste man out? That, bruv, honestly, we should set up a GoFundMe and get rid of him. Arsenal have got, 17 million followers on Twitter. He's on 6 million a season. He's got a year left. That means he needs 12 million to leave. That's not even £1 each. I'll pay £1 and get rid of him. Let's get him out, man. Jeez, Matt, big up, man. Big up, everyone. Can Arsenal beat Chelsea? Hell no. I can see you're confident. Anything to get Arteta out. It's so easy. Buy Koulibaly, Bissouma, and DePaul. Spine fix. Lots of players to fund that. Would Koulibaly come to us? Arteta, the guy who represents our club, is the definition of a loser. He was referring to the water bottles. They changed the quality. I mean, yeah, maybe the way he's putting cones out and water bottles is severely improved, but the rest of it is definitely no better. I think we all have to be aware of this. This is next Sunday. I know there was a protest this Sunday, just gone, and I know this one wasn't a very big one, but this one, I believe, it's being organised by some of the bigger accounts and Arsenal supporters trust are involved in this one. We care that you are involved in this one. This is next Sunday at the Emirates, 2 p.m. We play Brighton at 4 p.m. Last Premier League game of the season. 10,000 fans are allowed to go to that game. Now, what I would love to see is people leave their seats empty. That's what I would love to see. A lot of people will still go to the game because they're just desperate to watch Arsenal. They haven't seen them for ages. But I would like to see 6,000, 7,000 of those fans leave that ticket empty. That would make a big statement. Arsenal are expecting 10,000 and you see 2,000. And you get 10,000 outside the stadium. This is our last chance, right? This is our last game of the season. There's no point protesting on a day when the stadium's closed and no one's there and we can't do anything. This is the last major opportunity. Games on TV. There'll be press there. This one has to be massive. Honestly, this one has to be really big. So I suggest anybody who can get there. I will be at this one, right? And I know a lot of other big accounts and YouTubers, and I've even heard some ex-players will be going. So we need to get there in force. Obviously, people around the world, different parts of the country, working, whatever, just share videos, tweet Kroenke out, Arteta out for me as well. I think both of them have to go. This isn't just Kroenke out for me. I got to be honest. This is Arteta out. But I think this one will be a big one. Stop spending money on Arsenal. Yeah. Honestly, I told you I will not buy another Arsenal kit until this manager goes and this owner goes for me. You won't see me getting no 4-2-4. They got me once halfway through the season. I thought we were winning the Europa League, people. They done me. Big up Mohamed Sacco. He said, it's hard to be an Arsenal fan. They are arrogant and don't show any kind of respect on the fans. I'm a fan from over 20 years, but I think I should divorce. Bro, Friday morning, last week, I sat there. I was like, do you know what? it might be time to buy my son that Manchester City kit, man, and just save him from years of pain that he's probably going to have to go through supporting this club. But I didn't do it, of course, but it's hard. It's very difficult. Any other club, he'd already be gone. 100%, Jake. 100%. I believe even mid-table clubs would have got rid of him. Curtis, Arsenal, Chelsea combined 11. Do you know what? I've got that coming up. I've got the create formation up there, actually. I'm going to do that shortly. You only want it because you're probably going to have about 9 Chelsea players in there. But yeah, I am going to do that. Best fans in the world, listen, time to prove it. Listen, we know we're a great fan base, but we've got to do it. We've got to do the action. Let that speak louder than words, Man United are second in the league in a Europa League final. Let's be honest, they turned over Old Trafford that day. I'm not saying we should go to that extent, but they got a game called off. That's the kind of... I respect that. I respect that. I don't respect throwing flares at people, but I respect it. They got a game called off. That's what you call making yourselves heard. We need to go, we need to really do stuff, man. Save your son, Curtis. Yeah, listen, man, Raheem Sterling was going on the back. I was going to let him sing Blue Moon and get out of there, man, but at the moment we haven't. Where do you rate in terms of all managers in the league? What, Arteta? I would say I don't even think Mikel Arteta is top 10 in the Premier League, and I'm being serious. I genuinely think he is a shocking manager. I think he's a shocking manager. It's all right having ideas, mate. I've got ideas of being a billionaire, but I'm not a billionaire. He might have ideas of playing Pep Guardiola football, but you ain't Pep Guardiola, and we are not Manchester City. You've brought up a good question, and I'm going to genuinely have a quick look at the Prem, right? Pep Guardiola, Man City, better than him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't even rate him, but he's better than Mikel Arteta. 70 points, second in the league, Europa League final, he's better. At least they look like they're playing with freedom. They've scored nearly 70 goals. They're only 5 goals behind Man City. Chelsea, Thomas Tuchel, far better. Brendan Rodgers is better. David Moyes, I don't rate David Moyes at all, but what he's done with this West Ham team this season, Mikel Arteta could never do that in a million years. He's got West Ham 5th. Arteta's got Arsenal 9th. Say no more. Yeah, David Moyes is better than him. Jurgen Klopp, Klopp's better than him when he's sleeping. You know them ones. Tottenham, Ryan Mason. Do you know what? Arteta might actually be better than Ryan Mason because he is shocking. So I'll give him Ryan Mason. So you're the 19th best manager in the league. Carlo Ancelotti in 8th. Say no more. The guy's an absolute Donny of all Dons, mate. Yeah, we don't even need to compare him. Leeds United, Bielsa. Better than Arteta. Facts. Far better. Plays great football. Dean Smith. Look, Dean Smith is not a particularly good manager. But again, Dean Smith has got Aston Villa 11th when they nearly got relegated last season. If Aston Villa win their game in hand, they're a point behind Arsenal. Mikel Arteta could not get Aston Villa 11th. He just couldn't. Wolves, Nuno Espirito. Better than Mikel Arteta for me. Oh, man. Roy. Roy Hodgson. I'm giving it to Roy, man. Yeah, I'm giving it to Roy Hodgson. Arteta would get Palace bottom of the league. He'd have Zaha playing right wing back. I'm giving it to Roy, man. Man got the England job. He didn't do very well, but I'm giving it him. He's a better manager than this fraud. Yeah. Burnley, Sean Dyche. Bruv. If Mikel Arteta was Burnley manager, they would be in League 2. They'd get relegated 4 years in a row. He'd have Chris Wood in goal for his height. I don't care. He's worse than these frauds. Roy is better than him. Sean Dyche is better than him. There's no evidence to say that Mikel Arteta is better. Sean Dyche is clear. Do you know what I mean? That's how Sean Dyche talks. Chris Wood, still better than him. They probably can't even understand what the man's saying. Roy's better than him. Steve Bruce is better than him. I don't care. Mikel Arteta gets relegated with that Newcastle. Yeah, I can't chill, Matt. I'm done. I want this fraud out. I want his name on them banners with Kroenke. I want that fraud gone. I want that Lego man gone with him. If Sean Dyche turns up in an Armani hoodie and some Prada shoes on and dyes his hair black, yeah, and he's got that swagger, he would get a top job. But because he's got a croaky voice and he's ginger and he's English and he's at Burnley, he ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Mikel Arteta, no, you ain't better than these, man. Steve Bruce, you're not keeping that Newcastle team up, Arteta. Who's the brighter manager? Graham Potter. Yeah, better than Arteta. I don't care. Yeah, that team, he's got a nothing team there. Man said you sounded more like Darth Vader. Arteta has the swag. That's all he is. That's all he is. Mikel Arteta is Tony Pulis in an Armani suit. In fact, you're not even Tony Pulis. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's even been relegated. Yeah, man, he's nothing. Yeah, Graham Potter's played good football. Man's got Danny Welbeck up front doing Cruyff turns, banging it bottom corner. Graham Potter's better than him as well. You give Arteta that Brighton team, they're in the Championship by Christmas. Done. Dusted. Southampton, Hasenhüttl. Yep, I'm giving it him as well. Better. Don't rate Arteta one bit. Scott Parker. All right, maybe we can give him over the... I mean, Big Sam, second bottom. Big Sam's better than him. Maya Jammer's better than him. Yo, I'm telling you. I wouldn't give him the AFTVFC job. He'd get us relegated. He'd play me left wing back. You know what I mean? Who's the manager? Sheffield United ain't got a manager. So we're putting in bottom 4, bottom 5. Simple as that. He's garbage, bro. I'm telling you, man's... he makes me sick. Realistically, if Mikel Arteta gets the sack, what's his next job? You know, what is actually his next job? He's probably getting Barcelona's B team or something. He ain't getting no big job. Do you know what I'm saying? He ain't getting no big job. Villarreal under 21s or something, you know. Maybe Emery will give him a job. Ah, dear. I had to get that off my chest. I'm fuming. I'm glad you asked that question as well. Where do you rate him in terms of managers? Yeah, Sunday League, mate. He puts a good cone out. He fills up a good water bottle, and he gives a good press conference, an arrogant press conference. Tony Pulis in an Armani suit. You take Tony Pulis in flannels, mate. Yeah, get him a good Armani suit. Put some hair dye, you know. Take him to Turkey to get the hairline sorted out. And that's it. What do they call him? Tapas Pulis. That's what he is. Lego man Tony Pulis. He's oh, man. Sorry. You lot set me off there. I was about to move on and you asked me where he is in the table. I'm putting him bottom 3 or 4. The guy's an absolute joke. You lot set me off. John, apologies. I miss your super chat. John Layat said even Paul Jewell is better than him. Paul Jewell, man, from the Wigan days. Dear. Had to get it in there. Man called him Sangria Southgate. How is this guy still in charge? He's so lucky that all the fans are focusing on the owner and he's kind of sliding under the radar. But not me, bro. I want you gone with Kroenke on that same, you know, on that same coach that leaves the ground. Take him out of there. I want him gone. His assistant's still turning up with an earpod in. You know what I mean? What the hell's he listening to? Why don't someone ask him that in the press conference? Yeah, by the way, Mikel, just wondered, your assistant manager, who you actually need advice from and need to speak to during the game, why has he got an earpod in during a game? What is he listening to? Yeah, that's what I want to know. Just someone please ask him. Big up Jogbino, man. You pay cheap, you pay twice, and that includes the manager. We've all done it. You've got a big night out on Saturday night. You go to the town centre. You got 100 quid. You need a nice top, and you go in TK Maxx, and you see the one you like. It's 100 quid, but you have a quick browse on the sale rack, and you're like, oh, what's this? This one looks quite nice. It's only 20 quid, and it's my size as well. You go, all right, I'll go with that one for the night, and you put that one on. And you put it in the wash and you bring it out and 2 of the buttons have fell off and all the threading's coming out. You got to cut it off with the scissors. It was dark blue when you got it. Now it's faded. It's all over the place. You're like, okay, that's why it was 20 quid. That's what we've done with our manager. We've gone for the cheap sale rack option. You've put him in the wash and the man's faded. He's shrunk. The buttons come off. You can't even wear it again. That's what we've done. We've paid cheap, man, and now we're suffering the consequences. Big up, Suck. Thank you very much for the super chat. Said, bro, I hate this manager. He lost the dressing room 6 months ago. An experienced manager needs to come in and give the players a clean slate. 100%. 100%. I don't believe that Aubameyang wants to play for this guy. I'm sorry. You saw the look on his face when he got took off the other day. He was like, are you being serious, bro? We need a goal and you're taking me off. Like, you know what I mean? It's mad. Yeah, clothing tips, man. You know, we got to talk about all sorts when it comes to this guy. I have to find a way of comparing what he is. Man said Enrique Iglesias, you know, yo, the man there. I'm telling you, Arteta could release a pop tune, mate. Armani, you know, slick back here, get him on the beach, you know, put the cones all around him. You know, he could have a #1 hit. But football, bro, you need to relax. You ain't no manager. You ain't the manager, you know? Man's listening to Enrique Iglesias' greatest hits. Man's trying to give him inspiration. Man said, no, what would Enrique say under these circumstances? Curtis, we've said this already. He's listening to your watch alert. Bro, he can't be because he ain't taking no advice from me. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing. Man's taking off Aubameyang, you know? Dear, he's giving me head look. Do you know what? I feel better today. You lot have made me feel better today because the last couple of days I've been turning up like I just feel like just smashing up the microphone. I still cannot believe that we lost to Villarreal. But today, at least, I've got a little smile on my face. You know, we're having a little laugh about this clown in charge. And, hey, we you know, this is all the therapy. This is why I call the show Arsenal Therapy. I've got a feeling we'll be doing Arsenal Therapy on Thursday after that Chelsea game, you know. Big up Ands 94. Tet Fraudiola is on the same levels as Ryan Mason. He's definitely in that same bracket. You know, no one can quite believe why he's got the job. It's one of them. But big up Ands, man. Appreciate the super chat, bro. It's good to talk to Frank. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. We just have to express ourselves, man, and release the emotion. It's hard being an Arsenal fan, you know. It's very difficult. I told you, anybody who's out of work at the moment and you're looking for a job, add that to your CV, you know. I've worked here. I've got these qualifications. I'm an Arsenal fan. When you go in the interview, they're going to be like, I can see here that you've said you're an Arsenal fan. How's that going to help you in this environment? Say, listen, I've been through everything you can possibly go through as an Arsenal fan, yeah. There's nothing you can throw at me that is going to put me off this job. I'm an Arsenal fan. I've seen us go from gold Premier League trophies to we can't even get in the conference, European Conference League. You know, we've been through it all. Put it on your CV, man. They have to respect it. I'm telling you. CV tips. You know what I mean? You come here, you get all sorts. I'm telling you how to dress. Don't buy the cheap clothes. Put Arsenal fan on the CV. Might give you a better chance of getting a job. You know, we keep it moving, people. Dear. I feel a lot better today, you know. I'm telling you. I feel a lot better. I came onto this stream angry again. Now I feel great. You know? Big up everyone in the comments, man. You lot are legit today. See, we're helping each other. Right. Let's do the combined 11 because I'm just going to end up slandering Mikel Arteta. They'll ban me from coming to the Emirates if I carry on. You know, season ticket will be gone and everything. Proper therapy sessions, man. We have to help each other get through this. It's hard times, people. You know what I mean? The pain of supporting Arsenal. Dear. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll do a combined 11. I suppose it's going to be pretty much a Chelsea team with the odd Arsenal player in it. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you guys think. I've gone with kind of 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. We kind of both play that anyway. It could be a tough game tomorrow. It really could. Yeah, Mendy in goal, I think, is a no-brainer. He's had a good season. He has been a bit better than I expected. I wasn't sure about him. I know when you say combined, I mean, it's basically Chelsea and then I'll just force one or two Arsenal players to get in the team, you know. But yeah, we got to go Mendy in goal. He's had a good season. I have to admit he's a better keeper than I thought. And he's helped them. Edward, there we go. We'll go with the two centre-backs. I mean, 3 or 4 months ago, I might have been trying to get Gabriel in here, but his season's kind of gone downhill. I'm not sure. What's Chelsea's even best two centre-backs, to be honest? I would probably go Thiago Silva and Rudiger. Yeah, there you go, Rudiger and Gabriel. I would love to, but Thiago Silva's been immense for them this season. I can't lie. His leadership and everything. Bobby Baldini, I mean, listen, maybe he can put the bibs out. He can help Arteta with the cones and the bibs. But yeah, it's got to be Thiago Silva and Rudiger for me. I know a lot of Chelsea fans have been saying that Christensen's had a good season. I don't particularly rate him. But Rudiger and Silva. See, if Thiago Silva joined Arsenal, he would have been a calamity because there's a mess around him. Because he's gone into a solid back four, he looks like a beast. Right back, I mean, again, this one's obvious. Hector Bellerin. Hey, I'm joking, people. I'm trying to lighten the mood here. It can never be Hector Bellerin. Unless we're talking about planting trees, that's the only way. What's going on here? Right, yeah, Reece James. Very, very good fullback, man. I rate this guy highly. Surely he goes to the Euros as one of England's right backs. Fantastic. Yeah, Bellerin, if we was planting trees or it was a fashion parade, I'd definitely have him in there. But as a footballer, there's not a chance. Reece James, top quality. Man said Bellerin can play false right back. Oh, dear. Right, left back. This is... we're going to celebrate this one because we're going to have to put Arsenal's left back in because we do have a better left back than Chelsea. That's Granit Xhaka. Again, people, I'm only joking. It's got to be Kieran Tierney. I think Chilwell's all right. And he's had an okay season, to be honest. Lately, he's been all right. But for me, Tierney's a better left back than him. Chilwell, I know you're a Leicester fan, man. Come on. Tierney is a better left back than Chilwell. Chilwell is decent. Again, it is that Chilwell when he's fit. Tierney when he's fit, sorry. But I'm going for Kieran Tierney, He's been one of the bright spots of a terrible Arsenal season. Let's go into the midfield. We'll start off with N'Golo Kante. I don't think we need to debate that. This guy could probably play midfield by himself. The other two positions, this is tough because if I was picking purely off ability and talent, I would find a way to force Thomas Partey into this team. I really would. And because it's an Arsenal channel and we've had a tough time, I feel like I want to force him in. Now, you're saying here Kante, Jorginho and Mount. I can understand Mason Mount. I really think he's had a good season. I'm just not a fan of Jorginho, but he is good. He has been good this season. I like Kovacic as well. I've got to admit, I do like Kovacic. But this is an Arsenal channel, and we've had a tough season. Who cares about form anyway, people? I'm squeezing him in there. And we'll go with Mason Mount in the 10. Chelsea fans, I know you're going to be fuming, but understand where I'm coming from, man. We're suffering right now, people. Jorginho on form, and who's the other guy? Kovacic. Yeah, you would definitely put those two ahead of Thomas Partey, 100%. But I'm forcing Partey in there just for the sake of the bad season we're having. And I think at the start of the season, everybody would have picked Thomas Partey ahead of Jorginho. But listen, so I'm holding my hands up. Anybody watching this, I can see her. Like you said, Matt, it's a squeeze in it. He's got no right to be in there. Partey's been shocking. But I do have to admit that Kante and Thomas Partey in the pivot would be absolutely rock solid. The front three. This is a tricky one, because some of the players that I'm thinking of, I'm like, again, Timo Werner has not been in great goal-scoring form, although I do think Timo Werner is going to be a very good player. I honestly do. His movement, his work rate, and his pace is lethal. I honestly, every time I watch him play, I say, Werner gets a great chance. Somewhere he always creates a big opportunity. And I just think when he's confident, he's going to be a top player. Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette. Yeah, I mean, listen, I've forced the Partey in there, but I can't. Pulisic, Pepe, and Havertz. This is a hard one because for me, I really like Christian Pulisic. But has he been that great this season? Havertz in that false nine has looked all right at times, especially lately. Werner has to be up front. Curtis Arteta gets a lot of blame. Dummy's slandering Timo. Listen, it's natural, innit? They paid big money for him and he hasn't performed. I would say that right winger's got to be Saka. I think he's been the best right winger out of the two teams. I think Ziyech is Chelsea's right winger. He's been up and down, injured. I don't know who else they play on the right. Is it Pulisic sometimes? Man said Willian over Ziyech. Don Robbie, yeah. You have to have Havertz in there. I mean, where are we playing Havertz, though, up front? Has he been better than Werner and Aubameyang? People were saying Havertz had been a flop till about 2 months ago. Saka, Pulisic, Aubameyang, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Aubameyang, Saka, Pepe. This is a tough one. I'm gonna put Saka on the right. And I don't even feel like I'm being unfair to Chelsea there. I don't think Ziyech has had a better season than Saka. I honestly don't. I think Saka's been one of our best players. But the other two positions are tricky. I would probably say, I do like Pulisic. I do. I'm a big fan of Pulisic. I've got to admit, I feel like I'm going to put him on the left. I am a big fan of him. Is it Werner or is it Aubameyang or is it Havertz? Who are you playing through the middle? Lacazette has more goals. I just feel like Lacazette hasn't had a great season, you know? Yeah, you've got to give us that on the right. I think Saka's been more consistent. People saying move Mount to the left and put Havertz in the 10. I feel like Havertz has had a quiet season. He's been good probably the last 2 months. He's Kai through the middle, Werner, Giroud, Saka, the reason we're not relegated. Who are you saying, people? Aubameyang hasn't had a good season. I find it hard to put Aubameyang up front. Current form, Havertz. So is Havertz, has he had a better season than Timo Werner? I'm just looking at the stats because I don't really look at... Timo Werner's only got 6 goals in the Premier League, 4 in the Champions League. Havertz, what has he done? I do like Havertz, man. I thought he was fantastic the other day against Madrid. 4 goals, only played 25 games. Who are we saying? Man saying, I think that's not a bad lineup at all. Havertz been better than Werner. Werner has been awful. Werner, Chris Sutton settings. Werner, because he will run the channels. Aubameyang's still better. Aubameyang's had such a bad season. Werner has always been in the right positions. He just can't score. He was saying Lacazette. Werner. Havertz. I have to admit, I like Havertz. But I kind of agree with that. Werner and Havertz were not great before Thomas Tuchel turned up. And they weren't. You know, I see it. Bro, it is pressure because, do you know what it is, though? I genuinely am not sure who to pick because I'm looking at it going, Lacazette. You know, who's getting dropped for Eddie and Nketiah? Aubameyang hasn't had a good season. Werner's missed a lot of chances, but has been good the last few weeks. And Havertz has been good the last few weeks. So it's like, I don't actually know who I would... People were saying Lacazette, but I find it hard to pick an Arsenal player. We've been dreadful. I'm just going to go off... I feel like I'm going to pick one of the Chelsea ones. I got to be honest. Do you go Werner? I think Werner's played well the last few weeks. Has Aubameyang still got more goals than both of them? I'm going to go for Havertz. Just on quality. I think he's a quality player. And I think he's been really good the last few weeks. Werner's missed so many big chances this season. And Aubameyang's been poor this season. I'm going to squeeze him in there just on form, really. Because, you know, he bossed Real Madrid the other day. You know, he really did boss them. I think overall ability as a striker, you're looking at Aubameyang, but the guy's not been on form. And Werner's missed too many big chances. Even though I think that Werner is going to become a very good... I wouldn't be surprised if Werner gets 20 goals next year. But at the moment, as good as he's been recently, he's missed so many clear-cut chances. I find it impossible to put him in this team. Like I said, I do rate Werner. Look at my tweets. I've defended him a number of times when he's been getting slandered. But I just think next season can be his season. Aubameyang has not had a good season. Lacazette has been very, in and out of the team. Curtis, pull up Neville and Carragher's EPL Team of the Year. Oh man, I saw that. I saw Jamie Carragher leaving out Salah. I think he does that to try and find favour with the fans of other clubs. I think he wants to be popular, because Salah's got 20 goals or something this season, and you're leaving him out. Absolutely mental. Couple quick ones before we get out of here. Arteta as manager of the year? I don't think so. Somehow, mate. Manager of the year, probably. I mean, a lot will depend on how the season finishes. If Chelsea win the Champions League, Thomas Tuchel's going to be in the running. I think Sean Dyche and David Moyes are the managers of the year for me. West Ham were nearly relegated last season. This guy's got them fighting for Champions League. It's got Jesse Lingard looking like a world beater. And I've said before that Burnley are a championship team. And I think the only reason they stay in the Premier League is because of Sean Dyche. I think, listen, a lot of the big clubs wouldn't want Sean Dyche, but I think he does a phenomenal job at that club. I really do. Moyes deserves a lot of credit. He's done a great job. And they've played good football. They're not just doing well playing long ball. They've been good this year. Antonio's been a nuisance. Jared Bowen, Kufau, Souček. I think Moyes has been fantastic. It just depends how they finish the season. They might bottle Europe altogether. Rodgers, look, a lot will depend on Rodgers if he gets Champions League. If he bottles it again, he won't get it. Manager of the year is Pep. You know what it is with Pep? When Pep wins the Prem, you're just like, well, you went and spent 100 million on 2 centre-backs in the summer. He spent 40 million on Nathan Ake, and you thought, okay, Nathan Ake. And then he went, actually, 60 million on Ruben Diaz. It's like playing Football Manager with the cheat code where you get unlimited money. You don't really respect it that much. Do you know what I'm saying? It will be all about trophies, and the winner of the league, Champions League, will be Manager of the Year. Listen, if Pep wins they've won the League Cup. If he wins, they're going to win the Prem. And if he wins the Champions League, obviously Pep deserves it. If Thomas Tuchel wins the Champions League, he probably deserves it. Pep has to win the Champions League to be manager of the season, 100%. Smash the likes, people. One more thing before we get out of here is that Arsenal are being linked with Max Aaron, a player that I think we should be looking to sign. He's had another very good season. Played over 40 games for them in the league this season. And apparently they're willing to let him go for £30 million. They've said they won't stand in his way. Tariq Lamptey, I think with Lamptey's injury problems, I think Arsenal need to look elsewhere. We don't need another injury-prone player. Hakimi's already come out and said he's staying at Inter. I know we're being linked with the guy Emerson, who plays for Real Betis. He's on loan, I believe, from Barcelona. Don't know too much about him. But Max Aaron is one of the players that we're being linked with. For £30 million, would you take Max Aaron? I personally think he's a bargain for 30 million quid. Definitely an upgrade on Hector Bellerin. And one last bit of transfer news. Someone just reminded me. There is Arsenal. This apparently could be Arsenal's replacement for Alexandre Lacazette. Arsenal are weighing up a move for Lyon striker Moussa Dembele. Atletico have an option to buy, but he's had a difficult few months in Spain on loan from Lyon. Potential fee is expected to be £25 million. Would you guys take Moussa Dembele from Lyon, the former Celtic striker? I remember him scoring against Arsenal in pre-season, actually, at the Emirates a year or two ago. And this is from Sam Dean, who writes for The Telegraph, who actually isn't a bad source, Lyon are in a little bit of financial difficulty because of the whole situation in France with the TV rights. They pulled a lot of the money because the season was cancelled last year. Would you guys take Moussa Dembele for £25 million to replace Alexandre Lacazette? It could even be a swap deal, possibly, I would think. Some of you saying no way. I think because he's gone to Atletico and really struggled, a lot of people don't want to. Yeah, I think he actually collapsed on the training ground at Atletico Madrid. I saw a video of him where he just collapsed. So he may have some serious health issues there. So maybe we should stay away. I mean, yeah, Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona, well, I'll be all over it. But him, South London said I would take him. 24, room to grow, knock City out of the Champions League. A lot of you seem like you don't want it. You're saying no, Dembele has been dreadful at Atletico. You'd rather take a Origi, said Silky G. Listen, there could be a situation where we do have to get a striker this summer. Would you give Lacazette a new contract? We'll talk about that in the coming days. The season finishes next Sunday. I couldn't believe it. Looked at the fixtures. We play Chelsea tomorrow. We don't play at the weekend because Chelsea play Leicester in the FA Cup final on Saturday, so they move the game to tomorrow. We play Crystal Palace away next Wednesday, and we finish against Brighton at home next Sunday. So that'll be the season finish, people. And it will be transfer season. Then I think 9 or 10 days after the season finishes, the transfer window opens, and 12 days after, the Euros start. So we'll be straight back in it. We'll have lots of content. You know, I've got a couple of ex-pros and current pros who have said they're going to come on at the end of the season. We'll be doing transfer daily videos as well. Maybe shorter videos. Might not always be like one hour streams. Maybe some little 10-minute videos as well as the streams as well. Big up everyone for tuning in today. I think you lot gave me therapy today. You know, you lot got me to laugh today. I came on the stream just fuming about Mikel Arteta's press conference, but you lot cheered me up, man. I hope I cheered some of you up as well. Chelsea tomorrow. I got to be honest. I can see I'm going to go for 2-1 to Chelsea. I don't think we're going to beat them. I don't think the players will have the motivation to really go for it. Chelsea need to win it for top 4. I hope we win. I'll be doing a watch along tomorrow. The game starts at 8:15. I'll be live from 7:15. Tomorrow, 2:30, Lee Judges joins me. Come and see the judge and see what he's got to say. Does he want Arteta gone? What did he make of the Europa League exit? 2:30 tomorrow with Lee Judges, 7:15, Chelsea v Arsenal. Watch along. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Thank you for giving me your time and energy. It was much appreciated. Smash a like on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy the rest of your day, people. Bless.